Meg, I saw yesterday, actually, you were wearing shorts. You're heavily tatted, Megan. Did you always think, or did you know that you were going to be this tattooed, or did you have, like, one or two ideas?
I thought I was going to have, like, your simplistic, like, lotus mandala on the thigh.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny. I looked through, like, my old Pinterest board the other day, and I'm like, this is cringing. Like, I'm like, I've seen, like, 12 of everything that I've had, like, I like 2 or 3 thoughts. I'm like, I've seen get done like 20 times in the last like month. Where like granted, I'll admit like I have some like super Pinteresty tattoos, but I never imagined myself.
I guess
too, like
it just once you start working at a shop, it's like if you're working at McDonald's, you're gonna eat the food. Once you work at a shop, you're gonna start getting tattooed. Like it's normal, not even like a second thought. You're just like, yeah, let's do that. Right.
Megan said to me the other day she wants a hand tattoo.
Yeah, I want my hand done. Like I keep looking at my hand and I'm like, my arm's empty, my hand's empty.
Well,
like,
look at Jaden, his whole arm is.
I looked at Jay's arm when he like did. I think it was the bicep because now you're like.
Tatted.
Almost done with your arm. And I'm looking and I'm like, my arm's empty as fuck.
It's also very helpful that like
I know,
they have access to artists that are available. And honestly, like our artists are so good about that. Like tattooing each other, tattooing our staff. Like there are some shops that like they're gonna I'm $250 an hour, bro. So if you can afford it, you said that's not the wave here. Like we don't work that way. So it's easier for all of us to kind of like bring our body art ideas to life because everybody's so like down, you know?
And also too, we're open for the artists to express themselves. Like my thighs are completely like
free.
Smiley's like, I have a couple ideas, and then we picked one, and then like the day before he's like, you know, I don't like those ideas anymore. So let's look. And then like he designed a couple more pieces more recently, and I'm like, oh, I really like this. He's like, yeah, it's a lot better than what I did on your thigh.
And your thigh is beautiful. I think your thigh is beautiful.
But also too, I feel like this. So we finished my thigh with Smiley, and then the last couple months, me and Rogo have done a lot more on my other thigh, and then we did the cover up on my ankle, and like in the middle of that with Brian. So like now the outsides of my leg look a lot. Like, even though I had stuff there, the coverage is more, and it's more actual detail and not just line work and stuff. So now when I went to Relay, and everybody's, like, looking at me, like, from first aid and, like, police department, fire department, and they're like, when did you get all those? I'm like, they've been covered by hands.
Megan is like, a part of this tattoo community, man.
Megan's going to get that Mike Tyson piece that's around his eye and go to work.
Do you plan or see yourself being fully tatted?
Yeah.
There's no other option at this time. There's no other option. It's just what's going to happen.
Yeah, 100%. All right, guys, we're going to head into the halftime break. We'll be right back.
I love that. Welcome back.
Welcome back,
guys. Halftime.
Shouts out to the live. Shouts out to all those who are watching. Shouts out Prep Coffee. We saw you guys in there. Shouts out our guest spot, Botoro. Right? Botoro? Is that how you pronounce it?
Botero, yeah.
There we go. Some of the people that are in the shop right now watching. Hello to everyone. If you guys have any questions, we'll be answering some live questions at the end of the show. So make sure to send those in now.
If you have questions at the end of the show, we're taking your questions.
Yeah. Right now, we are currently... 2 weeks ago, we were in a shortage of baby formula.
We still are in a shortage of baby formula.
Now we are in a shortage of tampons.
They fucking with women. They fucking with women. I swear to God, the government is fucking with women right now, yo.
How do you deliver food and get mad because you're at the wrong place? Yeah. How do you deliver food and get mad because you're at the wrong place? Like, hello, check yourself, sir.
Well, the one day I was in Smiley's room and like,
they just opened
the door and I'm like,
have some manners, yo.
Like, oh yeah, that was like the other day when they ordered.
Remember the rapist guy?
Yeah.
And he just stood there and stared.
That was my fault. Yes, 2 weeks ago we had a shortage of baby formula.
Go around.
So yes, we had we still have a shortage of baby formula, and now we have a shortage of tampons. Let me tell you how important tampons are. Now, with age, I've learned that they may be toxic, but you also have different alternatives that are less toxic. However, like growing up, tampons were so important to me because like it's the only way you get to enjoy summer. You know what I mean? Like, you want to go to the pool, you're full on your period. What the fuck are you going to do? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only way that you're going to enjoy it. Also, like, you can't wear certain clothes with pads. Yeah. Some people have
Also
like
too-
irritation.
Also,
with
too, if
pads.
you're on vacation,
Yeah,
what are you going to do? Not go to the beach your whole vacation?
Yeah,
We
like
have- me and Jay have nothing to say about this.
I feel like
We're listening.
like women are under attack. First, the baby formula, and now like tampons. Like women have been using tampons for the longest. How the fuck do you just
I'm
stop
listening
producing?
like, damn, you guys can't go to the beach.
Oh, I have a question. You think that the plastic shortage is having an impact?
But some of them don't have plastic applicators
This is
that you can
true.
still use without the applicator.
Yeah.
You were talking
But
about
also
sneakers?
too, like,
No, stop it.
people are also
I found out
saying,
there were like 6 or 7 different sizes of like.
There are different
tampons.
sizes.
I didn't
yeah.
know that until
Yeah.
like the other day. I saw a
They
TikTok.
got, like the Shaq size.
Yeah,
You know,
the guy was
12,
like baffled.
12 inch.
But people are also like, well, there's alternatives to like not have your period and like.
Oh, so you want me to like take
So
all these
You either
hormones?
want like hormones and stuff like that, but it's like
Fuck
even
with
if
you?
you have an IUD, you still get your period. Right? Like it doesn't just stop.
That didn't work. I got her pregnant for IUD, and that's just like 99 point something percent.
So like
know
That's a
that
whole
is.
different
I did it
conversation.
too.
Even
I
with,
was
like-
like, yes.
even like birth control options and all of that to try to stop the period, it doesn't. Stop.
It
So my
doesn't.
question is, how did women used to deal without tampons back in the day? What was the formula? What was the thing?
Fucking bloody murder. They wouldn't go to the beach.
No,
They
seriously,
wouldn't-
what was?
I mean, so now they have these things like period panties, right?
That I just find gross.
I don't know.
A what?
I may be
Is it
open to
just,
try
like,
this.
It's
It,
No,
No, like
it's not. But that's why they had bushy.
it just like absorbs.
it
but
absorbs
But
it.
this is why they had bushy pee, bushy pee, and it'll soak it up.
No, babe.
And then they wash that.
But
thing
I
out.
guess
It's made of like an.
It's like micro.
I don't know, but it really absorbs, from my understanding.
Chamois towel. You put that shit right in between and just
You
soak
need
it
to
up.
shut up. You know nothing.
The ShamWow.
Stop it.
But also too, I feel like they're trying to push like menstrual cups, and then the more and more I've been seeing it in like media, the harder and harder it is to find
Menstrual
like.
cups?
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
Who
I
wants a
tried.
shot?
Hold on.
Who the fuck needs to come with this shit? This is some Illuminati shit, yo.
So I tried a menstrual cup. I tried it.
When?
Mind your business.
A cup?
You didn't even know. I tried a menstrual cup.
This shit is
It was
big.
uncomfortable the first time.
This? This I have to deal with this. This is my competition. A cup. Yo, bro.
No competition, baby.
Okay.
No, it's like a smaller cup, and it's like plastic, and it bends, and you insert, and then it opens, right, to collect,
Yeah.
to catch. And then once you start feeling heavy, you kind of pull on the bottom of it, and it makes a fucking mess.
It's like a piñata. It's like the confetti comes
Yes. Yes. That's exactly it. And then you wash it and you reinsert it. And to me, like the fact that I had to
wait.
It's getting worse. This is getting worse.
yeah. So you wash it and you wash it well, and then you reinsert it. And
Let me
for
just clear
me,
my ears real quick. Let me put this on the side. Oh wait, let me clean it again.
We just have to change our boxers. Yo, I found that shit.
fuck you. So yeah, period cups are not the solution.
Wow.
They're not.
But also too, like if you cramp heavy,
I cramp heavy, yo.
like it's not feasible.
No, none of it
Also,
is.
too, like
So
I
tampons
have
are-
connective tissue disorder,
Yeah.
so like my muscles and everything are super lax.
It's
So, like
coming
that
right
shit
out.
don't work. No,
Damn, that
like,
blows. Yeah, so there's a short of it. There is a shortage of tampons, and so if you can find some, please stock, but not like toilet paper, not like COVID toilet paper, because share the wealth, right? I still use tampons regularly. You appreciate it. It works.
So this is today's lesson on tampons.
Brought to you.
Brought to you by Chakra OutLoud. Oh my god. Okay. Speaking on lessons.
Chase turned all the colors.
Let's talk about Golden State. Right? How they won. and
Oh,
stuff
woo
like
woo!
that.
Yeah.
Finals
Switch it up a little bit.
popping right now. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a good finals right now.
Oh my God, my boys talk so much shit at each other. It's ridiculous.
They're like
Always.
on different sides right now.
Always, yeah, of course. Anyway, go ahead.
Recently at a preschool, teachers bugging out right now. Let's be honest.
Not
Summer's
all
coming around the corner.
teachers.
Not all
Some
teachers,
teachers.
but
It's a wave because it's like
yeah, that's what I'm
cops,
saying.
teachers, then students fighting teacher, and then everybody has like their own wave. Like the whole Brian thing going on.
Yeah.
Where
recently,
Brian and Lisa booking.
Yeah.
Two preschool teachers had stepped on one of their students' hand, and the other was screaming in his face. A video that not a lot of parents were happy to see.
Right. So you see video footage of one teacher like all up in this little girl's face, and then the other one comes from behind and kind of like steps on her little hands, right? Because she said the little girl's sitting on the floor and her hands are like towards behind her, and the teacher comes up from behind her and steps on her, and the other one's like in her face. You don't need the police involved for that.
My question
to
parents out there is,
I got you.
Will you call the cops, notify the authorities, or will you try to handle it on your own?
Nah, I'm handling that shit.
Before calling the
It's just me and you.
Live, what do you guys think? Would you handle that certain situation by yourself, or would you get the authorities involved if your child was in that situation?
It's just, I also don't think that like beating the shit out of the teacher and going to jail for it is going to do anything, right? No, but
really good.
But you're going to shit your pants
the next
time that you think you're going to do that to some fucking kid.
You're going to find out right then and there what happened. No. So the emotion is completely different.
So
like
wait,
earlier today,
one was yelling and the other one stopped.
Yeah.
So that
one was yelling like in her face.
So that also goes into all right, some classrooms have two teachers, but then also too, it's not only one teacher that was wrong in that situation. It's both that are then responsible for how many kids in their class. Because most classes are like,
I don't know,
it
was maybe like 13 kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say they just had like all the other kids watching.
They're like in a circle, which means that these kids have been desensitized to that type of behavior. Like, bitch, I will punch you in your motherfucking mouth, and then we'll have a conversation with the cops.
Yo, it's funny because before y'all were born, teachers were allowed to hit us.
Yeah.
So true story. Like
school,
I went to school in a third world country, and teachers was not with the shit.
Teachers used to hit us, and then when you
she'd fling shit across the room to get you.
Shit. Teachers used to throw shit, throw rulers, throw books,
and then they
call
your parents,
and then you get chastised by your parents
in
front of the teacher.
Say that.
So it was like a wrestling move. It was like tag team.
It absolutely
you know what I'm saying?
was. And so teachers were more respected back then than they are now. I understand that children are.
They're about to be respected
pushy.
again because they'll have weapons now.
I will tell you
trained.
something. Like these teachers were like harassing like 4-year-olds. Bitch, if you don't have the patience to teach a 4-year-old, pick a new goddamn career.
Yeah. Step on little fingers.
But I want to talk about the other one. Go ahead.
We had another teacher swing a hockey stick at a student. Did it knock his tooth?
So this is how it happened, right? Like gym time, all the kids are playing. I guess they were playing like hockey, and the kids are instructed to put the hockey sticks back into the bin. The kid gets close to the bin and kind of like flings the hockey stick. The hockey stick lands inside of the bin that the teacher's standing next to. This woman fixes her hands to grab that hockey stick and launch it at the kid and knocks out his teeth.
Through the puck.
No, it was a stick. It was a hockey stick.
She threw the stick?
Yeah. And it hit him right in the face, and it knocked out his tooth.
Oh, my God.
Yo.
That's insane.
In my eyes, it's a tooth for a tooth. That's it. You knocked off his tooth.
Will get it.
Well, like, the thing is,
so in that case, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. That's very different. That's very different.
Son come home with a missing tooth. Like, hey, Mom.
I used to teach kids.
I had a day today.
I used to teach kids, and like with karate, we have like the safety foam weapons. If you throw it, I don't fling it back at you, but I still take it up. I pick it up and make you walk back, and then I will make you walk. I will make you walk to the other side of the room just to walk back to put it in nicely because we don't throw shit.
Yo, I got 6 kids, right? They have tested my patience every step of the way. I'm not going to. Sometimes I'm like, this little motherfucker, yo. However, the one thing that I have never done is fling shit at my kid. The fuck? Like, and how dare you? Right?
We fling our kids, but not fling shit at them. That doesn't happen.
How dare you think that it's okay to throw an object at a child hard enough that you fucking busted out his tooth?
So you throw the kids, not the object.
Not even your child at that point either. Like it's
not your
totally
child. And I'm sure like there was a shock, like, oh my God. And busted out his tooth. Now what? Now you have no fucking license. You're probably I'm gonna break your fucking hands. You're not throwing.
You're gonna get arrested.
Now you're have no job.
Yeah, catch you first.
This is that people's emotion and anger.
Emotion and anger, especially because I'm a mom. There's a lot of emotion and anger when it comes to protecting your child.
You can't be an emotionally driven person and then deal with kids. Kids are gonna emotionally get you there right away. It's just what it is. You need to know how to work with kids first of all.
Also, too, when you teach kids, no matter like what kid it is, every kid is great at picking out insecurities and what pisses you off. So then when it's like they know you're having a bad day, and then there's always that one asshole that's
pick
like
pick at the bear.
Kids can be assholes. Without a shadow of a doubt, kids can be assholes.
But
and that could have been like
be an adult and like keep your shit together.
That's it. That's why you're in that position. You are the adult. You are the one who's supposed to be like
I started teaching kids at 14. Where like some of my kids were only a year or two younger than me. Like when some kids that I taught when I was a senior in high school and they were coming in as freshmen and then still yelling Miss Meghan down the hallway. But like there was also like, we know.
She's like, damn.
But there's an
trying to keep a low profile.
I'm like, you don't have to call me Miss Megan anymore. We're in the same school. It's like, okay, but no, you're Miss Megan. I'm like, okay.
It's very unfortunate it's unfortunate that it happened to the child. Yeah. I was blown away by the reaction of the parents. Like, there's no way that you're catching me talking to the camera, like the news or something. Like,
wait, so what was the reaction of the parents?
Nothing. The dad was explaining very peacefully the situation that happened. Yeah. No. And the mom went on to explain like how it happened and how her son spoke to her when he came home and how like the administration explained it. And I don't give a fuck. Like, you can take that fucking microphone and shove it up your ass. I got shit to handle right now.
Here's my question to the both of you, because it just popped in my head. We're talking about teachers. We talked about a teacher on the pod before. We had the cum cake incident. If your student was in this, if your child was in the situation of the cum cake incident or getting his tooth knocked out.
The teacher gave the student cum cake that her husband jerked off into.
Or
fed all the baby.
Or your son gets his teeth knocked out.
I think the both of them. I think the both of them are equally as bad, yo.
Yeah. I mean, one jerked off. And the other one like cooked it. Yeah, they're both bad.
No, but also like knocking out the kid's teeth.
Oh, you're talking
about they're both really fucked up.
There's some shit.
But I will tell you something. Like, all right, the kid already ingested the cum cake. There's nothing that you can do about it except like take action towards the people that did it. But for you to look at your kid and your kid. That child doesn't know what the fuck a cupcake is. You know what I'm saying? So that's very much like an adult conversation that happened. But the kid that got something thrown at and they busted his tooth, like that child is not going to fucking trust a teacher 100%. Again. 100%. And like we send our kids to school trusting that they are in a safe environment. Yeah. And so when your child comes back and they have been assaulted, because that was motherfucking assault on a child, like by a teacher, then the only option you have as a parent is to get crazy. Yeah. Because nobody's going to defend your kid. You know what I'm saying? What are they, suspended without pay? Congratulations. Go collect unemployment. You know what I mean? Like, no.
Crazy times.
Fuck out of here.
It is very crazy times. Right now, I don't even know what's happening to our cattle. It is very crazy times right now. In Kansas, we had 3,000 cattle die in an hour. Yeah. That is ridiculous.
3,000 cattle died in 1 hour in Kansas. Suddenly. Don't tell me that this is the first heat wave that Kansas has seen, because that's a crock of shit. However, my personal opinion is that this is going to feed into the food shortage situation that we're about to embark on, which is part of the whole thing, which is part of the plan, which is part of like the inflation that we're going through. It's part of
this trying to slowly prime you into accepting that there's not going to be food later on. So by them showing you shit like this, they're like, you're like, oh, how did it happen? You're not going to blame the government. The government probably killed all the fucking cows. You know what I'm saying?
So I was talking to him about it this morning. Like, as a farmer, right? If my profession was to farm and I knew that summers in Kansas are hot, why would I leave my cattle outside to die? That is my profit. That is my profit. Yeah. That I just let die. There's no way. There's no way. Unless I cut a deal with whoever it was that I cut a deal that was going to put that money in my pocket for that cattle.
For an agenda, for a bigger agenda.
And there are farmers who have been on TikTok or on YouTube or whatever who have been speaking about the government paying them to get rid of their crops. Paying them to get rid of their cattle.
If they don't get rid of their crops, their whole farm gets taken away from them and they get a penalty and they get sued. Because they're on the contract. So they have to get rid of the crops. So they're told to throw
even
oil.
if they own the land?
Yeah.
Even if they own land. So
even when you own land,
it's not yours.
Township, the county, the state can go in and just be like, yeah, no, we're taking it back.
Sarah and I bought a house here in Old Bridge, and we have to ask permission to the town to put a pool there, a basketball hoop there, a fucking tennis thing there. We have to ask permission for something that we fucking purchased.
That's wild.
Because like even though you own it, you really don't.
If we stop paying the property tax, they take back the house. Even though you pay off the whole entire house. Yeah. You paid it off, you don't pay the property tax, they taking it back. Yeah. And just for those who didn't know out there, you know who owns 90% of all the houses in America? The U.S. Postal Service. This is why they're able to deliver mail to your house, because they own the land.
They own land. So, they own the land in America.
So all the banks are under the U.S. Postal Service, and they owe the U.S. Postal Service money. And that's how they're able to deliver mail, because they bought the land for them to do their business on.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they know that.
Now they know.
Mr. Moses West is about to be getting a lot of money coming his way. Hopefully. He has invented something that is remarkable, something I've never seen before. Moses West created a machine that turns air into water. It is drinkable, it is purified, and not that long of a process.
And this was, I don't know if it was in Arizona or Texas or something like that. So I saw the whole thing, this video on YouTube about him doing it and creating it. He's a Marine. And the situation is like over there in Texas, you know, there's part of Texas like the hills have eyes, like it's very lone. And there's like one house here and like miles, there's another one. So these people and like Native Americans still live in those areas. So it's hard for them to locate water when the rivers are drying out. So this gentleman actually created this technology that's able to take the moisture from the oxygen and convert it into water. But I'm talking about thousands of gallons of water daily. So people will stop by the spot and fill up their gallons or their buckets and take it back home, which is freaking awesome, right? The only thing is that this guy became he went on the news. He sold a lot of social media. So you know how the government is. People like that own like the Hershey's. They own the Dasani water and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Do you think they're gonna let a guy take the profit away? Because if you're talking about these people making $1 billion a year and selling bottled water, do you think they're gonna let some guy just give out creative technology and have free water for everybody? They're gonna try to get rid of him, just like they did that other black gentleman that created a car that's ran by water. All you have to do is put water in the tank and it runs all day.
Now you get air from water.
So
they that water,
they got rid of him because there's ways for us to have free energy. And the thing is, we've been paying for everything. So we're used to drinking water, which is a free resource. The reason they're cleaning it is so they could charge you for it. You know what I'm saying? When it's a free resource, it's fucking free. Yeah. So I just, shout out to him. What was his name?
Moses West.
Moses West.
He was working on the machinery for about 4 years.
God bless you, but I hope you stay alive because you know how this world is, yo. They're going to try to get rid of him
100%.
Because of that.
They're going to have a target on his head for sure. Mr. Moses West, thank you so much for your contribution. Today was a great episode of the pod. Ms. Meghan, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to head out for today, guys.
Done? Yeah, let's go.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share.
See you next time. And hit the up like button and let the algorithm know that you like us.
Because you do.
Damn, girl.